Hi guys, Deluded Gooner. Arsenal 2, Burnley 1. What a game that was. As Arsenal fans, we should be used to that sort of game. Tale of two halves. Arsenal being Arsenal. Let's get into it. Our rivals all dropped points yesterday. Chelsea are playing later today. Like I said, Liverpool dropped points. City dropped points. Spurs dropped points. United dropped points. We win today. We move up to second. That should be motivation enough for the players and enough motivation to get the result and get over the line. Our opponents, Burnley, even more motivation. Our opponents, Burnley, been surprising a few in the Premier League. They're at home. They're great. They made us work. We relied on a handball, and a bit of controversy to beat them. They've given City a game at home, which I think City won. They've given Spurs a game. Every big team that's gone to Burnley has struggled to get 3 points away from home. It's not the same luck for Burnley. Out of a possible 27 points away from home, they've only gained one. That shows they're not men on the road. I think they've only scored three away from home. Correct me if I'm wrong, people. So that shows they're nervous away from home and they haven't got the same confidence on the road. I think they can move up to ninth with a victory. Team news: Burnley's front. They welcome back Goodmanson, Mane, and forgive me, Burnley fans, but I can't remember the other name. It's in my head, but I can't remember. As us Arsenal fans, Bellerin's fit enough to make the bench. Same goes for Coughlin. No Theo, he misses out. Usual suspects at the back. Gabriel at the right back, the usual suspects, like I said. Giroud in hot form continues. Alexis stays out wide. A Wobie great game against Swansea starts. First half, as expected, we were dominating. We were creating chances. Not enough, not clear cut chances in my opinion, but we were dominating. We were getting behind them. We looked confident in the final third. Alexis was lively. A lot of shots from range in the first half. Constantly found Ozil. Ozil, who had a lot of efforts from range and one that actually tested the keeper's fingertips. So we looked like we're up for it. Like I said, there weren't enough clear cut chances. I believe anyone that watches my videos know in general, I think we're too rigid at the football side. I think because Burnley came here and they wanted to be compact, our rigidness helped them because it allowed their players to retain shape. But like I said, on Burnley's front, they stayed well, to just touch on it quickly. Burnley's front, they were compact. They all worked for each other. You could constantly hear the calls from each man, the men on, the push up, the comeback, the stay tight, like numerous football shouts if you know football. So you could tell what Burnley were here to come, what they were coming here to do, and you can't fault Burnley. We're trying to win the league. They have aspirations to stay in the Premier League. They're playing a big club away from home without and not in the best of form. You can't blame them for parking the bus, frustrating us, forcing us to kick the ball wide, forcing the keeper to take long goal kicks, limiting the spacing behind, limiting the space on the pitch. Full stop. You cannot blame them for that. We would do the same in their shoes. But like I said, we had chances. We were creating chances and chances, but it weren't anything meaningful. I think Giroud was frustrated. We didn't put enough crosses in, but when we did, because of the sheer number of Burnley men behind the one in the box, it was pointless. We were having Joy out on the left with Alexis, but apart from that, we didn't do much on the flanks. As you'd expect, we dominated the middle. I feel Ramsey, like today, when he keeps it simple, he had a great game in the first half. Jacques had a great game today, bar what I'm going to touch on later on. But yeah, we had nothing to show for it going into half time. It's 0-0. It's regardless of what we say, it's 0-0. It's poor. We should have all the points listed earlier in this video. We should have put this game to bed. And Burnley should be feeling sorry for themselves and we should be piling on the misery. But it's 0-0. Burnley still have a bit of hope. It's important what Wenger said at half time to the boys. They came out sharper, whatever he said. They came out sharper, more intent. The play was quicker. It was more precise. There's more purpose to our play. Alexis looked more hungrier. Awobi woke up and came to the fore. Didn't have the best of games in my opinion. And yeah, it really looked like a goal was coming because you had to wonder how long could Burnley keep up their compactness. As you know, when teams the way they're playing takes effort. When people start to tire, they start to leave gaps in positions, start to make silly mistakes, and it was coming. Burnley, like they were gifting us the ball game. They were nervous in possession, but as they got tired, they were just gifting it to us. Sorry, more and more, and it was just playing into our hands. And like I said earlier, you knew when the goal was coming and we deserved it. Great corner in the around the 50th minute or whenever it was. Mustafi never scored an easier headed goal in his life. Poor marking, half-hearted challenges, heads it. No one's on Burnley's post. We go 1-0 up, and it looks like we're gonna do anything. We're gonna do something. And you'd have to wonder, Burnley looked throughout the whole game that they were trying to deny us scoring the first because they were fearful of the floodgates possibly opening. And it did look like that was going to happen. We were controlling. We were still having chances. There was purpose in our play. Normally, Arsenal, we go through the motions when we go in front, but we still looked like we wanted to kill them off. And it looked like that was going to happen, unfortunately, until Xhaka, who I'm a big fan of, he's been in this at the start of the season. We questioned why is he not in the side. He got into the side for I think he's been in the last 10, 11 games starting in a row. having a brilliant game, and he decides to spoil it, and that's all he's going to be remembered for this game. This isn't the first time he's done it. He got sent off, had his handbags out with Defoe all game. Poor challenge on Defoe, but like I said, they've been at it all game. Defoe's going to make the most of it, and it's a red card, and you have to learn from Xhaka. That's the only bad thing I have to say about you, because you make a mistake once, fair enough. You make a mistake twice, you're choosing to do that. So he really needs to look at his disciplinary problems, because that could hurt us. Importantly, that could hurt us in bigger circumstances. So yeah, that was in added time, and it really looks like I mean, not that wasn't at the time. I lost my track. That was in the second half, and it really looked like it's a backs against the wall sort of thing. Because at 1-0 down, I mean, 10 men down, at 1-0 up, we looked nervous. We looked like it was gonna turn. The tide was gonna turn. Burnley had nothing to lose. They came here to get something. They didn't. They're not in a winning position or a position to get a draw. So they were coming at us, giving more at it, helping Gray, putting support to Gray. They were putting a number of crosses in that Czech was equal to. A lot of whipped low crosses in that Czech was equal to. But generally, it looked like we just done enough, and they might not have scored. Unfortunately, Coquelin came on to try and shore up the midfield after the sending off. Coquelin left his foot dangling out in the box. Added time, it's a penalty. Poorly hit penalty from Gray, puts it in 1-1, and it looks like a bit of controversy. Elite mentality from Coquelin, made his mistake, kept his head up, won the ball that started the move to get us our penalty. Yeah, won the ball to get us our penalty. I don't really think it was a penalty. I think Koscielny was offside, and he made the most of it. But I'm an Arsenal fan, I'll take that. 1-0, man of the moment, the man of the season since he's been here, man that constantly looked to. Alexis steps up, chips it, 2-1. On another day, it would have been injustice. Wenger pushed the fourth official. He's probably going to get into trouble for that. But yeah, 2-1, 3 points. Poor performance, really, because we should have been winning this about 4 or 5. But we'll take 3 points and we move on to Watford. It's nice to see Welbeck back. It's nice to see Alexis score 15 in the league. I think Gabriel had a good game today. Xhaka had a good game, but that's going to be a white mark, and you need to improve that. Ramsey had a good game. He's better when he keeps it simple. And yeah, we just move on to Watford, and we just have to hope Hull can do us a favour. And yeah, all we can do is just win our games. Moment of truth, like Arsene Wenger said. We just have to take every game as it comes and try and fight for 3 points. Every game's a cup final now from now till May. But thank you for watching my video, people. Delete Laguna signing out. Arsenal 2, Burnley 1.